It's week 5 of the 2035 season, and we've got the Dragons' rocket-armed quarterback. He comes in second in the league in passing yards this season. Great game in store for y'all next on Madden NFL 25.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaunton. Charles, you look at the Londoners as they get ready here. It's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And Scat folks believe that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Fighting his way through contact. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man from the University of Auburn, their rookie quarterback.
I know teams always talk about having a 24-hour rule after a game, and eventually we end up rolling our eyes. But it works both ways, right? 24 hours if you win, 24 if you lose. But, boy, it's a fun 24 when you win the game. And you win NFC Offensive Player of the Week, isn't it?
Absolutely. Throwing to start the drive. Copeland. He finds his man. Complete. It's Hayes. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. The numbers for him from a week ago: 6 catches, 65 yards.
You think the head coach and the offensive coordinator are able to pull the earplugs out now? Because all week, all they heard was, you know, Coach, they can't guard the pass at all. I mean, they're next to last in the league. Let's throw it on every down.
Yeah, last week we saw the numbers. This week going against second to last in the pass defense area. Good for him. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Copeland. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. So they bring out their punter. They'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. So here the Bucs backed up to start their initial drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball. Run it inside. Everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
And he'll find a little space. He gets this up near the 10. Now 2nd and 3. He'll keep it himself. And now a fumble. The ball's out. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone.
All the practice, all the training, all the meetings. In this situation, I know exactly what quarterbacks are taught. take care of the football. That's job one, paramount, because you cough it up here, you might be giving up 6 points real easy.
Tip of the cap to the defense, though, forcing the fumble. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They've got the ball in a great spot here, already inside the red zone following that fumble recovery. They'll try it up the gut with Gore. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dragons use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And this one incomplete, threw it down at the feet of his receiver. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Gets around him and shoving his way inside the 35. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. London about set to take over on offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. The slot man in motion right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Looking to throw. Copeland eluding the pressure right. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. From the pistol, it's Gore. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Back to throw. Copeland, they go with a screen to Gore. And he's taken down inside the 30. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the 1st. Looking to throw. Copeland. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So certainly a defensive mistake here in the 1st quarter, getting hit with a roughing the passer call.
And that hurts not just because of the yardage he gave up and give him a fresh set of downs, but that brought the home crowd into this one. And when you go on the road, your job is to silence the crowd, not energize them.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Back to the ground game here. Gore. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Back to throw. Copeland. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. On first and goal, Gore. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to second and goal.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. It's the fullback with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Dragons lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. A try here for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. So out come the Bucs now. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down. From the 33, here's second down and 7. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's going the other way. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Oftentimes you say some guys have a knack for creating turnovers. He forced a fumble last week, forces another one.
And one of my good coaching buddies, Frank Delano, always told me, hey, Davis, creating turnovers is not as much about skill as it is about desire.
Oh, I thought it was going to be will, because will rhyme with skill.
Come on, man.
But desire. We'll go with desire.
What are you, the rhyme master now?
Up the middle they go with Gore. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. From the 21, here's second and 9. Operating from the gun, Copeland. Yeah, quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. Operating from the gun, Copeland. He's into the secondary, and he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Dragons have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be a possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He's got a first and maybe more. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Bucs get a bit closer. The extra point splits the uprights, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Copeland escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Here's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Copeland. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's the gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Back to throw. Copeland. He's got his target. That's complete. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Copeland looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hicks. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Back to throw. Copeland. And it's caught. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and goal at the Buccaneers' 3-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Copeland. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And it looks like this one won't work out. Hans team able to secure the football. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
50 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Watson, eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. This now a 3rd and 4.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Up the middle they go. It's Watson. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Dragons are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Second down and inches. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you it's not very good.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Londoners, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss.